Hello.
Hello.
Do you want to come and join me in my car, and I'll explain the reason why I've stopped you?
Okay.
Hiya. Right. Let me just replay a little bit of video for you. Okay, you're behind me at this point.
Okay.
I'd like you to point out to me what you think you've done wrong.
Sorry?
I'd like you to point out to me what you think you've done wrong.
Okay.
We're just approaching the junction just back there. That's where it splits.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, I thought that guy was going to pull out again. That's why I pulled across. Because I was initially going down that way.
Okay. The fact is that you were behind me, so why did you change lanes in the first place?
Because I was going to pull off down here. Down to the left.
Right, okay.
And then that car pulled out from behind the truck. I thought it was going to pull out again because I had to come across to head towards the A33 this side.
Okay, so what were you saying you were doing?
I'm coming off left here to go down this way, right?
Yep.
To go to the
So why weren't you
A33.
already in that lane then?
Well, I was just
Well, you
there.
were right behind me.
There I am.
No, that's not you.
Yeah, I'm over there now. He came across, so I came across here. So I thought.
So why didn't you stay in that lane?
Well, because I thought it was going to come across again. He'd already just done it there.
Right.
I mean, obviously you can't see that.
No,
You can't
well, I
see.
couldn't.
I'm like right
granted,
there.
I couldn't see, but if you were in that lane, there was no reason why you couldn't
So you
have
can
slowed
see I
down.
came across
Listen,
there.
you couldn't have slowed down and braked to go behind him, or you could have slowed down and braked and gone behind him rather than undertake me.
Well, no. If you rewind just a sec, when I'm behind, what's it, the Beamer? As I'm coming up behind the Beamer.
Yep. So you are coming across at this point.
Yeah, I'm coming back across.
Okay, you're coming back across. So we've got a
'Cause
lorry.
I was going
we've got a
faster than
car.
him. He was
Okay.
doing something like 50 or something. I was doing 70.
Okay, so why are you doing 70 when I'm doing 61 in the outside?
Because the speed of the road is 70. I'm keeping up with the speed of traffic.
Well, you're not, are you? 'Cause
I am.
I'm keeping up the speed. Do you want to argue this?
Yes,
because...
I do.
Okay, that's fine. We
do
could deal with
wanna
it by
argue.
way of going to court then.
Okay, see you later. Give me the paperwork. I'll go.
Right, have you got your driving licence with you?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Don't
anything
need
with
to
your
carry
ID
it.
on?
Nope, don't need to carry anything
You
with my
do?
ID. No, I don't. Don't lie to me.
Okay.
Don't you dare lie to me.
I'm not lying to you.
You don't need to carry any form of ID.
Okay,
in
you've
the
got
EU.
7 days to produce your driving
Yeah,
licence.
go on,
However,
yeah.
okay, that is the reason for that is because
You know, given a
are-
producer's absolute rubbish these days.
you are. Is the vehicle licensed to you, registered to you? So
What
I'm gonna
law
do is
says
deal
I
with
need
it
to carry
today
ID
by
with
way of
me?
a traffic offence report.
What law does it say that I
Okay,
need to carry my ID
right.
with me? Answer that, officer.
Okay, I'm quite happy to. If you give me a chance to explain, I will.
carry on.
Okay,
Explain.
all right. You have by law, okay, to carry your driving licence and a certificate of insurance, Road Traffic Act. Okay,
law?
to
Which specific
listen.
act of
I'm
the
explaining
Road
to
Traffic
you. Okay, I'm explaining to you. Okay, you have by law, okay, to produce your driving licence when requested to do so by a constable at the roadside. Okay, you have 7 days to produce that
That's not what you
because
said.
because we all understand that not everybody carries a driving licence with them. So we give you a producer for 7 days to require you to provide that certificate, that driving licence.
You just said I had to carry ID with me.
So I'm asking you to. So because I'm going to give you a traffic offence report, okay, for undertaking. Okay, because as far as I'm concerned, that's careless and inconsiderate driving.
Okay.
Okay.
Doing 60 in the outside
What I'm
lane
gonna
is
do-
careless and inconsiderate.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to sit and argue with it now. If you wish to go to court, that's absolutely fine. That video will be played in court.
You know,
Okay,
lane
can
hogging
explain
is
it
also
too.
an offence.
Okay, if that's the if that's the case, then I'm happy to deal with it by way of going straight to court.
Okay, let's go straight
Okay.
to court.
Right, and your full name, please.
Leon.
Date of birth. And your last name. Okay, do you consider yourself to be white and British?
I prefer not to disclose.
And your occupation?
Prefer not to disclose.
Any questions before you leave?
Nope.
Excellent. Right, I'm going to let you out. You can't get out. see you in court.
Yeah. As you've seen from the video, I pulled across in front of a police car. As I've pulled out to overtake the BMW in lane 1, I was in lane 2, he's pulled into lane 2, or tried to, and if I'd carried on, he would have hit me. If I'd braked, he'd probably still hit me. So I decided to go into lane 3, which was clear, so I did so. He admits on the video that he didn't see what happened to his left, but then he also tries to dictate what I should have done. But he didn't see the situation, he didn't see the scenario, and he wouldn't listen to my account of events. So I decided to take it to court. The officer reported me for the offence of driving without reasonable consideration. Now, to get a conviction on for that offence, someone has to be shown to have been inconvenienced by my driving, as per section 3ZA4 of the Road Traffic Act 88. Now, the only BMW you can see in the video, well, you can't actually see it, but the only BMW that's mentioned is the one that I mentioned that I'm overtaking. So we end up in court in January, and it's adjourned for the prosecution's request. They've requested it to be adjourned. Lucky that they did, because I actually forgot about it. I've attended in February and they've requested for it to be adjourned again. I've said to my solicitor, no, there's no reason for them to adjourn it. He's agreed. He said they've already adjourned it once. They should be ready to go to trial. The reason for their adjournment was because the police officer had a motorcycle course. He's the last person I want to see on a fucking police motorcycle. We've gone in there and we've said, where's this footage, the CCTV footage that he mentions in his statement? The prosecutor, who ended up doing the trial, said, I know of no video. And we said, well, it's in the statement and it's essential to the defence, and we've requested an adjournment and it's been granted. Now, the police officer's come to do the trial today. He missed his course. It's only done twice a year. So at this point, he's really fucking pissed off. He really doesn't like me. As if he didn't like me before. After the adjournment in February, we get a letter from the CPS in May. In fantastic timing, it only took 2 months to sort a fucking letter out. And PC Freeman is asked about the video footage, and he says, and I quote, in this particular case, I became aware of the requirement of the file in late December 2015 or January 2016. So already his memory isn't great. That this incident was to be heard in court and that the copy would be required. This was about 4.5 months post-incident. I went to the computer to locate the file, and the data from this period was missing from the hard drive. Inquired as to why this data was missing, and to be informed that the data had been deleted due to the computer developing a fault and the hard drive being faulty. Later on in the same letter, he has had a reply from the Deputy Systems Manager at Hampshire and Thames Valley Police IT Department, which says, and I quote, having searched the machine, there is footage contained on the disk with the same modified date as of the offence. So it suggests any failure of the hard disk from the machine has resulted in a recovery of all files that were originally on the device. This piece of footage you have requested does not appear to be on the machine, therefore it can only be concluded that it's been deleted manually. 2 incidents have been reported relating to faulty disks on the machine. This is 16th of the 7th, 2016 and the 20th of the 2nd, 2016. These 2 dates fall after the date that he went to get this footage. So that footage must have been manually deleted before that date. MOPI guidelines state evidence for summary-only traffic offences to be used for in magistrates court, the retention is 1 year. So it wasn't even half that and it was deleted. So in April, we're back at court. It's then adjourned because of lack of court time. There's something like 8 hours of trials to be done in the morning alone. So we get adjourned. It gets put down as priority case. In June, we're then adjourned again due to court time. So 25th of November, the trial took place. I wrote down while in court what was being said because I thought, oh, this would be interesting. Police officer turned up bang on 10 o'clock. He wasn't prepared at all. We've gone into the courtroom and the prosecution has asked to be given a recess of 15 minutes. The magistrate has lost his fucking shit at them. The officer is known for how long is he coming into court today? Could he have not read the statement last night? this morning while he's eating breakfast. So he wasn't happy. We were prepared, we were ready to go trial, we were ready to smash their fucking asses with it. The officer made many inconsistent points. When the prosecutor asked the officer to just describe the scenario, he said the traffic was heavy. My solicitors picked up saying that actually in your statements in the T60 traffic report said that the traffic was light to medium. He's contradicted himself quite massively, quite a considerable mistake to make. The officer is also asked what he reported me for, and the officer said due care and attention. My defence has said no, he's here for inconsiderate driving, and that's what he had reported me for, and that's what's on the report. He went into court and he didn't know the offence to which I was charged for. So he's come to court unprepared, not read his statement. He's asked to read his own T60 traffic report. He says, and I quote, "Junction 13 to 14, Silver Renault Megane, behind police." He says that behind police, and then he stops there because he knows what he's about to say. He's about to say that I'm behind him. But in his evidence, he is saying that I was in front of him from the start. He's no idea where I was, and my defence lawyer obviously brings up that point. My defence lawyer then points the following out, and I quote, "But the statement, you see, which you read out, confirms that he was in front of you. Actually, you made a statement that was wrong." He doesn't answer this. My defence lawyer then carries on to say, "When you say you're in that lane, it's quite clear you don't know which lane he was in. You weren't challenging him, saying, no, you weren't in that lane there. You're not sure, are you?" And the officer doesn't answer. He says, "Fine, we can deal with this in court." My solicitor points out, "Is that an aggressive attitude? We can deal with it in court." And Freeman says, "That's his right, isn't it?" My defence lawyer says, "Well, you're getting angry there." PC Freeman says, "Assertive, but not angry." And he's asked, "Frustrated?" Freeman answers, "Why would I? It's my job." A cracker that my defence lawyer came back with was, "That's what I mean. Your job means you get angry when you don't get the right response." And to finalise, my defence lawyer said, "The question of inconvenience, you couldn't possibly be sure where the BMW was, which is the only car you say was possibly inconvenienced. And you're saying it was alongside you, because you're not inconvenienced. You don't say you were inconvenienced at all. So why do you make presumptions that people were inconvenienced?" And finally, after less than an hour and a half of being at court, we made a submission of no case to answer at half-time. There was a few legal points. He was not a happy chappy after court. He stormed out and went in his car and off back home to cry into his pillow. Some of the questions I've been asked so far: why were you recording in the back of his car? Well, my answer is very simple. Is I don't trust the police, and I don't think anyone should trust the police at face value, because here we see a scenario whereas if I didn't have my footage, I would have most likely be found guilty. The evidence has gone missing, the officer has been mistaken, the police officer has made up this BMW in order to gain that conviction. He's made up a story that isn't true. He's seen my footage, then decided that he still wants to push for the prosecution. The CPS have seen it, said they want to push for the prosecution, and they have done so, and they have failed.